Welcome back. The time is 9:23. We are continuing Hurricane Preparedness Week. Yesterday, everything was what you do before the rain gets here, before the storm makes landfall. And now we're going to talk about what you have to do if you're going to be sitting through the storm and, of course, sheltering in place. As a reminder, though, we always need to have a way to stay up to date on the latest information, especially if the power goes out, and know that it's just not going to be the beaches that are going to see impacts. The rain from the system will occur hundreds of miles away from the center of circulation. And when you think about rivers, even think back to Hurricane Helene. Rain like that in mountainous areas has to flow all the way down, so it brought major flooding even to Columbia and then exited through Georgetown. So there's still going to be impacts even if you don't directly see it, just due to interconnectivity with rivers. But also, one of the threats we're highlighting today that we kind of forget about sometimes is tornadoes. But first, during the storm, if you're sheltering in place, so that means that you need to be in a safe and sturdy structure. If that's your home, or that's going to be a local storm shelter that will open in the event of a landfalling system to protect yourself from wind and water. And make sure that if you're going to stay in your home and you're worried about the risk of storm surge, even flash flooding, if you live in an area that historically has poor drainage, or you're right next to a river, you need to be going to the second floor of your home if that is an option. But know when you're doing so, the further you are off the ground, the worse the wind damage is going to be as well. Again, the emergency alerts are going to be vital. Do not drive through flooded roadways. It only takes 6 inches of moving water to move your car, push you off the road, and floodwaters are not clear. You have no idea what's going on down there. You shouldn't be walking through it either, just because of the risk of bacteria. And now on to tornado coverage. That's one of the 4 main risks that we have to watch for with landfalling systems. Here was an example of Hurricane Milton. That was just last year. Of course, we're looking at Florida. The tornado warnings, more than 125. Not all of them produced tornadoes, but there were still 40 tornadoes with a major hurricane as well. So you are going to have multiple threats. So what do you do when you are under a tornado warning in general, but also when you're also dealing with a hurricane? You're going to move to the most interior room of your house, putting as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. And if you notice that things are getting really dicey outside, even having something to protect you, whether that's a helmet or a mattress, because who knows what's going to be falling on top of you. And then finally, just know that every storm is going to be different. With the track of Hurricane Matthew, the travel was south to north. You can see that all of our tornado warnings did stay on the north side of the system. But Matthew's biggest thing, apart from the flooding, was the ridiculous storm surge. Whereas Hurricane Florence, less than 2 years later, came in from the north. We still had the tornado warnings on the north side of the system, but we weren't even remotely worried about storm surge with Florence. It was all about the inland flooding. Adriana?